Judging people. How do you judge people? It's interesting to know that most of us misjudge people. We assume certain thing, certain character for people only because of their job or profession or their education or their background, like from what culture or from what part of the world, what race, what age, what gender, or what nationality. And it comes to our mind. We assume certain thing about that person because of those titles or those labels, and they're not true. We hear of a person acting or working as house cleaning, is a house cleaner. Comes to our mind that he might not be very highly educated. Wrong. How do we know? Or not very bright. No, absolutely. How do you know that one? It's just an assumption. At the same time, when we see a very highly educated person, it just comes to our mind, oh, who is very knowledgeable. Not necessarily. And profession also come to mislead us and misjudge. We meet a lawyer with just thinking, oh, that he's very fair or very law-abiding. Not necessarily. And maybe just a post office employee is more law-abiding, more fair in his life than him. Or a professional of medicine, a doctor or a nurse, comes to our mind that he or she is very much hygienic. Not necessarily, right? That has nothing to do with the job they do. Or we think that they are very much more careful, caring, and fair. Again, that's not to do anything with those jobs they do in the society, but their own personal life and character, but we don't know. Or the same with other people. And for example, again, a person may be dealing with dirty things like collecting garbage, and we assume just automatically that maybe he's not very hygienic. That's not true. We judge people by their belief, their religion, their culture, and that could be totally wrong. We might find a person that is known as very much religious, and we assume that he's intolerant of other beliefs, of other religions, and not welcoming other, maybe quite wrong, absolutely wrong. And the opposite, if we think of an atheist that is more bright or open-minded, it might not be right now. It's just a title that brings with it some other things we attribute to this person, which is not true. Sometimes people change over time. At certain time, they may have been known as a bad person, as a terrorist. For example, Nelson Mandela, when he happened to come to Canada after he was released and known all over the world that he acted as a hero, some people, including some MPs in Canada, said, no, he was a terrorist, he shouldn't come here. That label at one time he was carrying with himself as a terrorist had nothing to do with the time that he eventually contributed so much to his own people by changing apartheid. That's what. Also, other factors. It's going it could be a long list of factors that make us to do misjudgment, to misjudge people. Assume a girl in Pakistan at the age of 13. If what comes to your mind, yes, she's a girl that only knows her neighborhoods and maybe not very well educated and just a follower of the culture that is there. Not true necessarily. That girl happened to be Malala Yousafzai, who got a Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. She challenged the Taliban regime and brought a new system of education that no longer had any bar, any restriction against the girls to go to school. Here we go. So always we have to watch. So at the end, my suggestion is that the best way we avoid misjudging people is to watch to see what they have accomplished, not only for themselves, but for others. That applies to ourselves as well. It's only our accomplishment or things we do that not only ourselves, others benefit from. That's where shows we should be honored, that person should be honored. Thank you.